The high performance life is not just about you. The high performance life is something that has to go beyond you. It's about the people that we surround ourselves with. The team, whatever that team may be, is the most important factor to exactly how we can live a more successful and high performance life. See, a lot of people think that the team is something that you build in and around yourself, and you do. But if the team is built the right way, with the right positioning, they're going to amplify your levels of success at a level that you've never seen before. It's when we get lost in ourselves that we make our biggest mistakes. Teamwork is what makes the dream work, as John Maxwell says, and the truth is, there's a couple of things that you have to focus on when it comes to your team. Now that we've established that it's more about the team and how you work within that team, let's define or outline 5 things that are extremely important to the team and how a high performer can function better and really hit new levels of success. It all starts with number 1. Number 1 is your role. What are you great at? What are your strengths in? So many times high performers try to do it all. They feel like they are the best at everything. And maybe they can do a little bit of everything, but you're not the best at everything. Surrounding yourself with a team that has the right roles, but most importantly, your role is extremely important. I've had to identify multiple times in my career that I'm a visionary, that I'm the type of person that loves to lay out the plan, chart the course, break the idea down in a multitude of ways. But if I don't surround myself with people that are executioners, people that can execute, the COO to the CEO is mandatory. And I am only half as good as I can be if I haven't put that right person in place. And when I do, I'm free. I'm free to feel and think exactly where I need to think and feel so that we can be successful. That role is crucial to the right team and a high performance life. Number 2 is the goal. Everybody needs to be marching to the same spot. Where are you going? Why are you going there? What is the purpose behind exactly where you're going? And does everybody know it? Can everybody say it? Do you have a mutual mission or goal as a team? See, if I know I'm going somewhere and I need everybody else to help me get there, I've got to make sure we all know the why, the what, the how, and we're moving together. When I step forward, everybody steps forward. When they step back, I step back. We are in unison. A great team for a high performer is extremely valuable when the role is great and when the goal is set. Goals are key to anything you want, and they have to be attainable, right? You don't want to set goals your team can't make. High performers have a tendency, we all have a tendency to set goals that maybe are so far reaching that people on the team can feel like you're never winning. Small wins have to be celebrated along the way. Big wins are the ones that you really celebrate, but the small wins keep the team moving towards that goal. So inside of that goal, remember to celebrate some of the small wins because each one of those action steps really gets us to the next level. So this is one of the most underrated things that high performers take for granted. If you are not positive, if you do not find the positivity in situations, you will fail and you will fail quickly. Positivity is a crucial ingredient to success and life. And here's what I mean. I don't mean you are always wearing rose-colored glasses and looking at the positive in every bad situation where you miss the actual things you could learn from that situation. What I'm saying is doing what you do with a smile on your face and accepting things for the way that they are and moving on from there is a real talent. The high performance life is all about building something around a positive mindset. Your mindset is half the battle. If you can actually get positivity to be the first thing you think, instead of everything that's wrong, everything that's broke, everything that's going in the wrong direction, Those are the ways that an entrepreneur and a high performer are really built. They see all the good and all the bad. But the first thing we have to see is what's working? Why is it working? Who is working best? How can we accelerate these things that are strengths? And then let's not ignore the weaknesses. Let's not ever forget that it's important to identify the things that aren't going right too, but let's not dwell on them. They are what they are. So what, now what? Crucial when it comes to positivity. Another underrated, fluffy, high performer value add is growth mindset. Are you growing or are you dying? If you are so good at what you do, but you are unwilling to learn new things, new ways, learn from others around you, growth is extremely mandatory. If you do those things and you have that scarcity mindset, you will not seek and get to that full level of abundance. The truth is, you are in a spot, if you're growing, where it's going to, it may hit you at a completely different time than you thought. You might be in a situation where you were trying to tap into the positivity, you were trying to do your role just right, your goal was set, and it's not going the way that you expected, but something you read, something you learned, a mentor that you could reach out to, something in the growth place of your life is where you tap into in moments like that. There are so many times where I reach out to somebody that I admire in a space, an expert in something that I might not be an expert in, and I learn. And if I don't like the result or the thing they're telling me, I often say, help me understand the why behind this, because I want to know more next time. I want to understand this from the ground up. Why am I doing that? Why is it so important that we learn from our mistakes? Is because when we have a growth mindset, we are preparing and practicing for what's to come in the future. It's not just about right now. It's about what may come, and are we going to be prepared? You may be the best at what you're doing right now, and that preparation is crucial. But the truth is, if you're not prepared for what might happen in the future, what might change to the current situation, we may not know what we don't know, right? But it sure helps if we're learning a little bit every day. Take the time to read, take the time to grow, take the time to fail forward and really understand from other people why something isn't working in the right direction. Growth, I love, because the truth is, we said it earlier, if you're not growing, you're dying. And that is a Lou Holtz quote that I have lived by my entire life. Last is leadership development. So the last thing is leadership development. Now, leadership is mandatory, right? Leadership is very important. But leadership development is about being the coach, being the person that every single time you're interacting with your team, with the people in and around you, you have the ability to help the team grow. You have the ability to not only dive deep into what they say, but maybe how you deliver it. How are they going to receive the information better? How can we develop this team to be stronger every single day? See, a better team grows together, but they grow together with a strong leader who's willing to point out opportunities, who's willing to really make sure that they know when they've done something really, really great. Also, when something can be tweaked just a little bit and they can pivot, how that small tweak could make a major difference, teaching them, taking the time to do it. See, as a leader, oftentimes people get caught in, again, doing it for themselves. Hey, I could do this way faster than this person. I'm just going to take it on and do it. But that's not leadership development. Leadership development is really helping people understand and grasp. Yes, it might take a little bit more time for them, but once they do it a couple of times, they could potentially get even better than you've ever been at that because they're more poised to do it, or you would have been doing it in the first place. So leadership development is a crucial part of that team mentality. Developing the team where you can develop them not only for today in this moment, but for the future is so valuable to that mindset. The high performance life is really all about understanding your own space. What's important to you? What are the most important things that make you click? How are you most successful? And a team is a crucial part of that. I can tell you that I often run the numbers and compare with a lot of my counterparts in my career, in my business. And we evaluate different things like where we're spending our money. Are we spending our money on marketing and branding? Are we dropping more dollars on teams and payroll? Over the years, I've always spent a little bit more on people and human capital because for me and our teams, I find a larger team, a more successful team for us. And the reason is I don't want to do all the little things. I have other friends and other business associates that have extreme workloads for each of their people, but they run lean, they run tight. And you know what? Their businesses are great. I don't judge one thing over the other, but what I'm aware of is I know in my space, I know what I need to be most successful. And if I'm bogged down on these areas and I could have had somebody else handling it, I feel like I get a 10 times output on that. And so if I'm doing it that way, that's always been the way that we function. Now, I'm not talking about excessive teams. I'm not talking about excessive payrolls. I'm talking about knowing your limits as a human, being aware of what a high performance life really means to you, and then focusing on giving yourself the space with the team that's needed for that space. It's a very, very valuable tool. See, teamwork can't make the dream work if you don't know what your focused goal in life really is supposed to look like. And the truth is, I have to have space in mind to create the valuable performance that's needed. And if I don't, I can't function. So I have some really great specialty roles inside of our businesses that allow us to do things that others may find not important. But to me, they're highly operational. They're mandatory for our success. So these are the types of things that you may find your very story in your business, in your life, in general, just in anything you do. But what makes you click? What makes you successful? And if you think it's just you, you're missing the boat because the team behind you, your team could just be your family. Your team could just be your best friends or your network. It doesn't have to be a direct team, but that is the team behind the success, which is you. And if you realize that, you can accelerate that high performance life at a whole different level. Quality of life will shoot higher every single day. And life optimization is what you'll be living in. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment. Tell us why this video matters to you and help us get the word out. And if you like videos like this, watch this next.